Yes.
Dear God, please let the medium find Willow and her friends. Well, I've seen BM tonight. I've been up the high street around the car parks and various things. To some psychic. If you'd like to join me, I'm sure Willow says. Things.
Yeah, they all know the drill. They all know the phones are off. They've all been good. They all know the drill.
Yeah, unless it's a message from upstairs, and then.
Yeah, that's allowed. But I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, I live in this town and I'm psychic, and I don't know where they're putting traffic lights next. They just appear overnight, so I don't think anyone knows. They do.
Okay, so ready over there? Yeah, open the prayer. Some talking in the aisles, right? Okay, Great Spirit, we ask tonight, you join the two worlds together. We ask for clear communications, the unusual, some funnies, good evidence, upliftment, brother and sisterhood within our gathering, our church tonight. Can I ask for spiritual guidance, steps forward tonight for all of us, for this to be done in your love, light, name and protection. Amen.
You all know the drill by now. You're fine to chill for a little bit. I'm just going to chat my rubbish. You all know the drill by now. I'm going to read out from our lovely healing list, because there's lots of people at the moment that need healing and good thoughts and lots of love going to them. However you decide to do that, however you imagine them in a better way, either just imagine them in a better place and in a better situation, just send good thoughts, just a little prayer, however you do it, we don't mind, just no special ways, just whatever works for you. Great Spirit, we are gathered here tonight in this place of love and upliftment to ask that strength and healing be sent out to all who need it, as well as all those listed below. We've got Luna and family, Daniel, Darren, Wendy, Chris, Russell, Diane, Caroline, Lionel, Andy, Jenny, Megan and Lucy, Maureen, Roy, Mel, Ken and Sue, Pan, Pete, Iris and Victoria. So we could just take a few moments just to think nice thoughts their direction. That would be lovely. That's wonderful. Just got a tiny little reading because someone reminded me of something the other day, and I picked this up because I've had quite a few friends recently that have lost their pets, and they said to me, our pets go into the spirit world? Am I crazy for thinking that I still heard my dog's nails on the floor the other night? And I picked up one of my magazines. I'm not going to read you the whole Elvis brought a blue alien to my garden, because I don't think anyone needs to know that, though it's quite a funny story. But I picked up this really cute little story that one of the mediums in this is. It's Sally Morgan. I think a few people have probably heard about her. And she said, I'm often asked if pets can come through to me and if pets come through as spirits. The answer to this is a definite yes. I've got some excellent proof of this while I was doing my show in Port Sunderland back in November. I was standing on stage when I suddenly saw a brown dog in spirit walk across the stage and sit close to me. He gave me the name Toby. I had sensed that a man on stage with the dog, who told me that his name was Bob. A lady called Karen put up her hand to take the message. She told me that her uncle, to whom she was very close, had recently passed and that his name was Bob. Uncle Bob had a dog called Toby, who had died before Bob. Bob then said to me, 2 days after, it was 2 days after. Karen explained to me that Bob had had an operation and was in intensive care for 2 days before he passed. I could see that giving this extra information was Bob's way of validating his presence. I was then shown a white dog. Bob also has a white dog before Toby, Karen told me. It was so lovely to be able to let her know that her uncle had been reunited with his beloved dogs in the spirit world and they were together once again. Just as I began to pull away from the message, Bob told me to mention the farm to Karen. What could the farm mean, I asked her. Karen looked shocked as she explained that the dog was bought from a friend's place, which they all called the farm. We visit it regularly as my dog likes to see his brother that still lives at the farm, she said, adding that their friend had kept one of the puppies from the same litter as her dog. I think Bob was making Karen and the rest of us aware that dogs and other pets have souls as well. Our pets are often just as important to us as our human family. We all meet up in the afterlife with the ones that we love, human and animals, it makes no difference. So I just wanted to read that out, just to remind people that you don't have to be human to still love. You don't have to have a human spirit to be able to come through to mediums or to be seen or to be heard or to still feel presence around the house. And I know that that's such a nice comfort to know that your pets that you put so much love and effort into still love you even though they passed over. So I just wanted to read that out. I'll pass you over to Gavin and see if he's got anything he'd like to say about anything. You don't have to.
No.
No, I didn't know if you had an address or anything you wanted to do, or if you just want to dive straight into your mediumship.
I wish I had this address. A bit clearer at the same time, wouldn't it? No, I think we go straight.
Yep, whatever you want to do, however
Straight
you want to
into
do
it.
it, however you want to
How
do
long have
it.
we got?
As long as you want. We normally finish about sort of like 9, half past, so it's up to you. We are very chill. You can do whatever you want to do.
Very chilled, right.
Very
okay.
chill, very chill.
Well, I'm not going back to BM again. I've been past that a couple of times.
No, you don't need that.
Right, okay. Right, so it's been a while since I've been here, and I think hopefully if all goes well tonight, be asked back. I think I'm due with Judy Moyle, psychic artist. The room seems different from last time, but it's been a while.
It's a different colour. We were in the other room as well. We were in the smaller room once as well, which was a
Right.
yellowy colour, and we've been in here. I think you've been in both.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So you've all seen different people work.
Yep.
My way in initially is with name links. So if you know Joe Bloggs, pop your hand up. If you know Joe Bloggs, pop your hand up. Unless you're related, there'll be different people. Evidence can be the same, but where I cut with you, the additional information goes to you. Okay? Everyone got that? And I say that because often in DEMS, people say, oh, I could have taken some of that. Well, pop your hand up. You probably all know, I don't know, a Bob or a Joe Bloggs, and they're very similar, but there's additional information. People can look the same, support the same team, but there's different things, isn't there? Alright, give off what you get is the rule of thumb, isn't it? So we'll try and do that. We'll go for the unusuals as well. I think if you were to think, oh, he's okay, or you know, he's rubbish, doesn't matter. If there's something unusual, try and go for it, because who am I to cut when that thing could mean the world to you? Example, when the Grafton had, before the refurbishment, had the reading room, helped out there, and a lady had a boyfriend upstairs, not keen on current boyfriend down here. Okay, so giving information, she could take the information. I kept hearing bing, 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 bing. So I said, oh, I've got to give it off. I said, oh, I've got to say to you, bing, 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 bing. And she thought that was his nickname. So had I not given it off, she wouldn't have got that extra information. I do ask for a bit of leeway, okay? And ladies, you know what guys are like with their direction, so excuse that, especially me tonight. Is that prick willow and example? I said, right, I've got a grandfather in spirit, lost his foot, Michael. Nothing, I think. Lady at the back, grandfather in spirit, yes. I said, Michael, that was his name. Okay, I said, missing his foot? No. Oh, I said 100%, foot's not there. No. He said, well, I can take a grandfather, yes. His name, Michael. Yeah, but he lost a leg. And it just threw me for a second. And I said, well, wasn't the foot attached? So I could see where she was coming from, but it just threw me, you know. I thought, if I'm in the ballpark, that's sort of good enough, isn't it? Right. So you'll have to work with me on that, and it's a communal conversation. I'm not one for this two ways. Everybody is involved, all right? So we're working on everybody's energy and stuff. All right, so everyone got good memory? What was I saying? Oh yeah, right, okay. So here are the names I got before I came. Obviously more to come. I've got Grace, Richard, Renee or Irene, Elizabeth, Albert, April, Alma. I've got the name either Whitworth or Whitlow, something very similar to that, and a Sylvie as well. On the physicals, I've got somebody that would have lost the sight in the left eye, and also I've got somebody that took their life. So, if you'd like to start.
I can take an Albert. I can always take Albert.
You can take an Albert.
I can always take him, yeah.
Can you also take an Anne, please?
Yes.
Right, and take a shorter grandmother.
Yes.
Okay, I feel more rounded, but I've got good hair, different hair to you. Right. I've got an example, right. Okay, yeah, different hair to you anyway, good, good hair as well. Now with this lady, I feel that I've got, I think, 3 siblings, or she's one of 3.
Yes.
Right. I mentioned Irene, there's a Renee that floats around them.
I don't know about that. I don't recognise that name.
Right.
No.
Now, we'll throw some things at you. Herself or her sister married more than once?
I wouldn't be 100% sure because there's half siblings and full siblings. She was one of 3 full siblings. There's a lot of half siblings. And they moved down here, and the rest of the family was in Birmingham, so I don't quite know a lot about the family history.
One of them's had a husband in spirit that they couldn't stick, okay?
Probably.
Right.
I'll take it, I don't know. I'll ask Mum.
Right.
I'll ask Mum.
Right, so siblings to grandma, so they'd be like your aunties?
Yep, yeah, loads of those.
And grandma in spirit. Right. Grandma says that you've been searching through little boxes, memories, trinkets.
Yep.
Right, okay. One of your grandfathers lost hair as well.
I only know one, and he didn't, but the other side might have done. I don't know anything about them. So
okay, well, I'll try and give you information that you understand that's going around you. I just saw a wig come flying in, so somebody's lost hair up there.
No, I know what that is.
Is it right?
My favourite picture of my granddad is wearing a Tina Turner wig.
He does what?
My favourite picture of my granddad, he's wearing a Tina Turner wig.
Oh,
and he always had a wig.
So grandfather had hair, but it was a wig. So
yeah, he was just wearing it as a joke with sunglasses, and it's one of our favourite pictures because it's just him being nutty. So yeah, I can take the wig.
Right, brilliant. So you understand.
He's helping with your strange and unusual, you see, isn't he? He's proving it with a Tina Turner wig. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So looking through trinkets, memories, that type of thing at the moment. Now. Straight yes or no, have you had a cold recently?
It's COVID, not a cold, but yeah. It's COVID, not a cold, yeah.
Right, okay,
yeah.
because I get sort of a dribble around my nose and stuff. Alright, okay. Now, I think Grandma was level-headed. She was a forgiving type. Right. Now there's a half brother to her in spirit. Okay, right. Now William is written as well.
Yeah, it's Bill. Yeah.
Bill. Okay,
Yeah,
so
brother,
William, Bill.
Yeah.
Okay. Now between William, between your grandmother. Okay, they're also talking about a pendant that you have.
Yes.
A pendant or a chain that you get spiritual energy from.
Yeah.
Right. And your grandmother's wondering what's happened to your drawings and your writing.
I don't know. I've been doing a lot of it. Maybe it's, I don't know, I've been doing a lot of it recently. That's
Right,
what I do.
your
so.
spiritual drawings and writings.
Oh, that's because I did start doing psychic art and then I got very busy doing this, so I couldn't continue doing that.
Okay.
So yeah, I can
All
take
right,
that.
so
Yeah.
there's a keenness for you to restart because you're able to give
Right,
to people.
okay.
Now, you wasn't quite listening. You talked about dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know there's a dog for you in spirit.
Don't know.
With this dog, okay, it's got longer hair. It's about the size of a poodle, but something like a King Spaniel or that sort of size dog.
Don't know. It might be my mum's dog, but I don't do dogs. I only do cats. So I haven't had any pet dogs.
Well, this is a brown, sort of tanny colour.
I don't know.
Long hair.
I can ask. I
You can ask.
don't recognise that.
Right.
At all.
Whilst I was at the table as well, also say if we talk about people, often I forget about hands and stuff, but I can use them to count. Or might take on a mannerism, might hold myself in a certain way. So these are things you might pick up on. When I was sitting there, I'm aware of children around you in spirit.
Don't know. Again, I'd have to check. I don't. I've not got any ones that have passed over or anything like that I know of. So I'll have to check with outside family.
Right. Well, this will be immediately connects to you. So immediate family, be it mum, be it...
Might be my mother-in-law, but I don't know because I've not lost any. My mum hasn't and my nan hasn't. So.
Right, well I've got 3 children in spirit because 3 were there, okay?
I'll have to ask, yeah, I'll have to ask around.
Okay. So we go back to William and your grandmother then, okay, and we'll give you... Right, so either literally or in your head you've been trying on different hats, different guises, where to go, right. Now, obviously you're spirit versed and familiar with spirit, but they talk about Willow actually seeing spirit as well, and I've got spirit in mirrors, so I've got black images, spirit in mirrors. So I take it, some of that is guide, but some of it is spirit that you're aware of also.
Yep.
Right, okay. Who's Tom?
I don't know, Tom. Don't know.
Tom to you, Tom's around you here.
I don't know anyone by
Thomas, Tom?
No. Don't know anyone. No, I can't think
Good
of
memory,
anybody.
yeah? So take it, Tom is one to look for.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
Right, now we go back to your spirit work and your doings, okay? Now, your grandmother's talking about your energy changing, so in your hands. I don't know if you do healing or work with your hands. Now, you're taking a different route with it, and also you are slightly miffed or fed up with something to do with the spirit healing, the spirit energy recently.
Okay.
Yep, accept, right. So in my head, what I get is like Uri Geller bending a fork. So I'm thinking, fork in hell.
Yep.
Yeah? So
Yeah, you know me.
Work, yeah?
It's, if there's going to be a swear word involved, it'll be me. So.
Right, okay. Brilliant, right.
Yep.
Now we have inkings.
Yep.
Right. Grandmother's talking about changing one or filling one.
I'm planning a couple of new ones. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When I see it in my mind's eye, I just see more of an outline or figure. I don't see a solid thing, so I see gaps between.
Yeah, it's going to be a portrait. It's going to be a portrait one. So I'm going to get a portrait.
Of a face, is it? Or
Yeah, yeah, it's a face one.
face,
Yeah.
right, okay. Right. She talks about remembering to fill it in, but also the right lines.
Yeah, it's got to be done right. So
Yeah.
I'll make sure. Yeah, I've got a friend that's commissioning the picture, and then I'm going to commission my tattoo artist to do the picture.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, Grandmother also talks about messages and signals coming to you in different ways recently?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Now she's showing me like a Morse code, so things come gradually
Yep.
towards you. All right. Okay, we mentioned William, or you said Bill, but I've also got a Wilma or Wilbur.
Don't I have to ask my mum or possibly my dad? Maybe I'll ask him.
All right, so Wilma or Wilbur.
Yep.
Right. Now, your grandmother makes me aware of changes within your health, within your diet, and that type of thing. All right. Now, what she's doing is changing my sugar.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So she's actually taking some of the sugar cubes away. Changing
I'm
the sugar.
supposed to be eating healthily, but like this is, yeah, I'm supposed to be eating healthily, so.
Yeah. All right.
Supposed to be.
Okay. Great.
We'll see.
Now, you look well presented, and I'm sure people will back this up. Okay.
They've seen me without makeup
Right.
and they know there's not.
But your grandmother is saying about not forgetting the ironing, but to iron the whole thing.
I haven't picked up an iron in about 5 years.
Right. So you need to iron the whole thing. It's not be like a guy's thing where you just, if you've got a waistcoat, you just iron the sleeves. You've got to iron the whole garment. Okay.
I don't like her anymore. I don't claim her anymore. If she's going to make me do ironing, no, that's it. She can go away.
Right. Now, do you still have a christening gown or a baby girl or a young girl's gown or dress?
It's not a christening one, but yes, I have a small one from when my daughter was a bridesmaid. It does look like a christening gown, yeah.
All right.
I was showing her pictures of it the other day, so that's
Fantastic,
probably why they're
right.
nosing, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, for me, in my mind, either a white or a yellow, but it's
Yep.
a light.
Yep,
Okay.
yeah, it was a little white dress, yeah.
Now, strange enough, I'm going here, but Grandma says left. On the shoulder, there needs to be a slight change or fix. Okay? So where the shoulder of this dress is, there's something that needs adjusting.
I will have a look for it, yeah, I'll have a
Okay.
look.
Alright, so check, I've got one button loose. Okay, if there's a button or fastener, but
Yeah, okay.
shoulder. So I go right, but I hear left.
Yeah,
So it's one of the shoulders.
I will check. I will check
Right,
it, I'll have a look at
okay.
it.
And are you cutting your daughter?
I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare, no.
Right. So this is where I ask a couple of questions just to build the energy. Has your daughter refused a haircut recently or stopped them cutting it all off?
She hasn't had a haircut for a while,
Right.
but she's not refused it, she just doesn't feel like it at the moment. It's me that refuses haircuts.
And what colour hair does your daughter have?
Brown.
Dark brown or white?
Medium, mouse. She's mousy. Yep, medium brownish colour hair.
Your grandma's talking about not having the ends cut off, so restricting the length.
I don't know. Might still be me.
Right. Have you had a chat with your daughter recently about having a haircut? Have you talked recently about having a haircut?
No, I don't trust hairdressers.
Right. Do you know John?
I do know John's, yeah.
Then it might to do with you then. You
Yeah.
and your hair. Right.
It's
Okay.
always me.
Right. I'm hearing not wanting to take a couple of inches off.
Yeah,
So
I don't ever cut my
Right.
hair, no.
when the time comes, and just know that she
Yeah.
has this thing as you don't like your hair cut.
Yeah.
It might be like Samson, your strength goes, whatever. Okay. Right. Now, have you been to a spiritual fair recently?
No, we were talking about one the other night, weren't we? Monday night we were talking about going to one.
Right. And was it a palm reader or a ball reader that you were short of?
They were just looking for stall holders,
Yeah,
weren't they? Our
they were.
friend has got
Right.
some a stall, so you're just getting her to tell her about it.
Right, because I'm hearing short of.
Yeah, they
So it
they
is
would.
short of.
They wanted people to go. Yeah.
Right, so I'm aware that your grandma will be coming to this fair and taking part, helping out, okay?
She's been nosy. Okay.
Hmm?
She's been nosy.
Right, okay, so I wanted to keep an eye.
Yeah.
Now, in places like S&U churches, they say you've got to ask a reason for spirit to come through. I think sometimes the medium puts their own slant on it. But I fired the question, and I just get the impression it's just to keep an eye on you.
Yep.
All right. Now, we've got the thing about the runny nose earlier, and on your clear sentience, there's going to be a change with what you smell, okay? But it'd be like a light smell.
Okay.
Now, do you know Sylvie? There'll be Sylvie, there'll be a rose and a pearl, but they'll be around your grandmother.
I will have to ask. I'll
Right.
have to ask my mum.
Right.
I think my mum's got a friend called Sylvie.
Upstairs?
No.
Oh gosh, will be next week, right. Don't tell
I'm
her.
gonna tell her that.
Right, okay. Right, so, Grandma, to summarise, Grandma's been around you, okay? We know that Granddad's looked in because he's thrown the wig down.
Yep.
We know about William or Bill that stands with your grandma. Your grandma is just, it's a nice aura, it's a protective sort of aura around you she provides, all right? Talks about you at home looking through the trinket and the boxes, changing things, talks about your spiritual work and encourages you to pick up the pen, the spirit drawings, etc.
Okay.
Okay. You're to look for 3 children in spirit because they were there at the front.
Yeah.
Okay, you're to look for a Tom. Think about a Tom down
Yep.
here or
Yep.
at worst upstairs. Sylvie as well. Okay, and Rose and Pearl.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Your grandmother's given healing to your eyes recently.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yep.
not only for literal vision, but in clarity in seeing situations
Okay.
and things. Now, I think this would be Grandad's brother, but I've got a gentleman that would have had a frame, but wouldn't use it.
Don't know that. My granddad didn't have any brothers, so I don't know.
Right, okay.
Don't know.
I've got somebody that's parking a frame.
I honestly don't know about that one.
Well, think of somebody that's always lying on the floor, and you'll get
Probably
that
husband.
person. Right,
I don't know. I'll have to ask. I have to check with mum.
okay. Last couple of bits. Grandmas are also talking about your electric changes at home.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay, so classic sign that they're there.
Yep.
And who is Elizabeth? Beth, Liz, Elizabeth.
Don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I don't know. I don't have anyone by that name.
Coins that have been left to you. You've got coins of somebody's.
Oh yeah, they were from my husband's granddad. I
Right.
think, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a think on some of the information as well, whether it applies to your
Okay.
husband.
Yeah. I'll
All right, so there's Elizabeth, Beth, Liz, but I also want a crown. That's significant.
He was a military knight of Windsor for the Queen.
Okay, brilliant. All right, so that's the Liz.
Yeah,
So
there's the Liz. I was sitting there.
not
thinking,
just any old
I
Liz.
thought,
they're all-
no, the Liz.
Brilliant. And this is where our conversation comes in,
Yep.
because I couldn't have got that, but we
Yep.
we
No.
chat.
No. She's he was a military knight, and he's buried at Windsor Castle. He was one of the knights for the Queen.
Brilliant.
So yeah,
Nicest way. How's your husband's leg?
not great. Yeah,
Okay.
he's disabled. So
Right. Trying to help. Now I pick it up on my left leg, but I get sort of like here, trying to help.
yep.
okay?
Yeah.
Pendants. Pendants, bear with me, right. Pendants, right. Is your husband trying to be more independent?
Yes and no. He's very, very stubborn and won't
Yeah.
accept any help, but he also can't actually do anything for himself because he's disabled, so he's just frustrating.
Pendants, right. So I'm going like
Yeah.
pendants, independence.
Yeah.
Okay, with your husband as well, I'm getting troubled in the mind,
Yeah.
troubled dream, troubled
Yeah.
thoughts, okay?
Mhm.
My feeling is it's going to take time,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah. It will.
Okay, right. So obviously with the leg, his stance has changed as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, because I'm thinking I'm not the right sort of height, so,
Yeah.
all right. Do you have a similar picture like that at home? A sign picture, a church or a street?
I don't know. Not anywhere in my house that I know of. No.
Right, what pictures?
Why am I suddenly questioning what's in my own house?
What picture's been moved?
None that I know of. Nothing moves in my house. It moves if it's not supposed to, but I've not actively moved anything.
Let's just go and leave it on a note. Right, do you live near Church Street, Chapel Street, a street with a church in?
No. But Church Street's just there, so they
That's Church Street,
Yeah.
is it? Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So they might just be saying hello. Could be someone that lives nearby. We sometimes get people.
Right, they've been around you near Church Street, so if that's there, fine, they've
Yeah.
been popping in
Yeah,
here.
probably.
But just have a think about a picture that's changed or been moved also.
Okay, yeah, I'll think about it.
Alright, might be a picture of your grandma or something that's been moved about.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I'll have a look. I'll get home and I'll probably find that my daughter's been spring cleaning and she's moved everything everywhere.
Right, okay. Flowers for March as well are given.
Okay.
Now for me, I'm going to go 16th, 23rd
Yep.
in that little section
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Mum's birthday's the 20th of March.
20th,
Yeah,
so
that's my
great.
mum's. Yeah.
Alright. And Mum's here or upstairs?
No, she's here.
Here.
Yeah.
Right, that's good. Grandma's saying about the ring.
Yeah.
To make up your mind about the ring, to sort the ring.
Yeah. One of her rings broke a while ago and I've got to get it fixed. Yeah, I've got to get it fixed.
See, I would have thought you'd have thicker fingers than your grandma, but this ring feels loose.
No, I've got that one's hers, that one's hers, that one's hers, and that one's hers.
Oh, this one, so it might,
Yeah, it's probably that one.
might be because it's broken, one is loose.
I've got a broken one, but this one's quite loose, but I keep moving it to different fingers and I can't figure the one that I want it on, so
Alright,
that's
okay.
probably why.
So take heed of that.
Yeah, I just
Alright.
keep moving it around.
Bear with me. Right. So, yes or no? Do you know Izzy?
Mm-mm.
Right. Somebody's just had a birthday. They'll be round about 35, 40, somewhere around about there.
Don't know. It was my daughter's birthday like 2 days ago.
On what date?
The 19th was her birthday. But my daughter turned 20, so...
No. Who's had a birthday, 30s?
My brother's on the 7th of January was his 30th birthday. It might have
30,
been
right,
it might
okay.
have been that one.
Good enough, right, okay. The reason I went a bit quiet there, I've got a thing to look at my hand and they were doing crosses and stuff, so I was trying to read Roman numerals on my hand.
Right.
So I thought about 35 and 30 is good enough,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
All right, so accept their
Yeah,
love,
yep,
know
okay.
that they're around you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so that was a different start. Right, so who's next? Who understands some of the names? Madam?
I can take Grace, Richard,
Grace and Richard. Right, and your name is?
Francesca. Francesca.
That's correct, right. Okay. So Grace and...
I can take Richard and Grace. I can also take Michael. There's a couple of others that you said
Okay, so a few
along
of
the
them.
way.
Right, and you know about your family?
Yeah, most of them.
Right, okay. Now, for you, I'll also class children that haven't come as children, okay? Might be lost in being carried or other choices. So if a child hasn't touched the earth plane, it's still brother or sister to me, okay?
Yeah.
Can you understand children, siblings around you that haven't come?
Yes.
Right, okay. For me, I pick up 2 and your parents have just been married once.
Yes. Both.
Now, do you know of siblings that would be from when your parents weren't together?
No.
Right.
My parents have been together.
Hmm?
My parents have only ever been together from childhood.
Right. Oh dear. Right, okay. For me, I have 2 siblings on that side, but I have what would be like a half child coming in on that side to you.
Definitely no half siblings.
Right. Yeah, brothers and sisters here.
I have a brother here.
Right.
I have a sister in spirit.
Okay. Right, I'll pick up on 2. Is your brother adult age?
Yes.
Right. Can you understand a child with him in spirit?
No. He has no children. Never had children.
Definitely, there's definitely one on there. Right.
My mum lost you before me.
From your dad?
Yeah.
So how many in total?
There's 2, me included, alive, 2 lost that I know of.
Okay. Well, definitely got your siblings. I'll pick up another child on the other side. Interesting. When you next see your parents, just individually,
Yeah, no, I know the
Yeah.
history. They were definitely age 60.
individually, just ask them. So I know about 2. Was there another time you thought you might have been pregnant, or gentleman picked up on 3 children in spirit?
Yeah, mum may have lost another one, but I know of definitely 2.
Okay, so that's the other one we see there. All right, okay. All right, happy on that? All right, okay. Now, at my level, I get with you, pick up on sadness, emotional sadness that you carry,
Yes.
okay? If I go into spirit, into the spirit energy, it's their encouragement to lift you above that, okay?
That would make sense.
Now, I've got a brother either to grandfather or father in spirit, okay?
A brother, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, my uncle was in spirit.
Right, brilliant, okay. Now I feel quite set, I mean most people are butcher than myself, okay, but I feel quite
Yeah, he's a big
set.
book. He's a big book.
Right, okay. I don't feel great age,
No, he wasn't.
alright, but I feel big.
Yeah,
If
he's
you
huge.
hadn't given, I feel like I wouldn't want to mess.
No, you wouldn't mess with him.
Alright. A no-nonsense character, which is good that he comes in to guide you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have friends here, yes?
Yes.
Right, you seem quite a normal girl, okay? But he puts a little black sheep behind you. It's
Yeah.
almost like the
Yeah,
black
that
sheep.
would, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah? Alright. Now, he talks to me about cutting ties as well.
Yes.
Alright, and this is where my hands came in. I clocked them doing that. Alright. Now, he says you've had short thrift recently.
Yes.
Okay. Stamped Madam's feet,
Yes.
literally.
Yes.
But he's glad you've seen sense and are sorting it out. Okay?
Yeah, let me take that.
Now, you drive.
Yes.
Would you have had a Beetle or a wide car?
I had a white car.
Right, okay. And you don't drink and drive, do you?
No, not at all.
Always stop the car first because then you don't spill any. Okay? Alright? Now, he talks about a bit of unevenness when you're driving. Okay? A little bit like this. So, could be something simple like your tyre pressure's out. Okay? You're just a bit mad, yeah, on the roads.
No, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Alright, excellent.
My, before I came here, my light was out.
Ah,
And
right.
I noticed it about an hour before I came here, and
Right.
I set about fixing it, so that
Brilliant.
would be why it's out.
Left side?
No, but where I noticed it was the left side, I was looking at it from the left. So it's
Okay.
the right hand side, but yeah.
Alright, brilliant. Alright. Okay. And you have a brother here, you said. Right. It talks about your brother needing to open up.
Yeah.
Okay? Alright. So he said you've got the key to the, not quite secrets, but you've got the key to get in.
Yeah,
Okay?
my brother and I have been talking lots recently.
Hmm?
My brother and I have been talking a lot recently.
Good. Alright. Now, with the brother, because I get, my chest is tight, I know that things are held in. Okay? And I know, like a typical guy, reluctant to talk or to
Yeah.
outpour.
Yeah,
But you are going to be that saviour.
yeah, we've been talking a lot.
Were you thinking of getting a cat, or do you have a cat?
No, and no, but I am involved with cats.
Right. In your involvement with cats, it's quite specific this, have you given them milk that's off or milk that one of them is not liking?
No, but I know what that's talking about.
Brilliant, okay, alright. You gave me a little sauce and...
Yeah, we had kittens, which we hand fed. And
Right.
One kitten would not feed, and I was the only one that could get it to feed.
Brilliant, so it didn't like the milk, so you gave it a bottle, not a saucer. So he slummed it. Right,
Yeah.
okay, brilliant. Alright. How are you with your dates? I don't mean down in Bishop Stortford, I mean in Canada.
Yeah, generally alright.
Alright, so I want to go to mid-May or the beginning of October, November.
I can take beginning of May, and beginning of November I can take as well.
Right. If it's November, preferably I'd like the first 4 or 5 days.
No,
What day?
12,
Ah, right, okay.
specific.
Right, numbers I got, the dates I got, 5 and 11. So I went 5 days to November, 5, 11, 11, 5. But he gave, your uncle gave 11 and 5 as being significant, alright?
Yeah, the 5th
Alright.
month and the 11th month would be significant.
Alright, brilliant. So I'm slightly out, but you're in, so we get the right
Yeah,
information.
months definitely.
Alright. Your uncle talked about you changing your hair
Yes.
as well, yeah? Were you darker before, or
Um,
blondie or something?
I was born blonde, but my hair darkened off as I got older.
Right, okay.
But I changed my hair a lot.
Okay, brilliant. Now, the feeling this gentleman had long or good hair, I think he might have snuck the old Grecian 2000 when the hair was there, okay?
In his younger days. In his younger days.
In his younger days, right, okay. Right. Now, he talks about will, okay? Now, I think this is will the document as opposed to will the person.
Okay.
And talks about you overseeing or sorting documents out.
I was thinking about doing a will for myself.
Right.
Last weekend we were talking wills in general with the family. so that makes sense.
Alright, brilliant.
That's causing a lot of problems, not mine particularly, but family
Right.
members are causing trouble.
I'm not saying do it quick, because we'll find out about it in a few weeks. But,
No.
yeah?
That makes sense.
He's talking about a double whammy. So if this also involves your brother, 2 for the price of 1. Okay?
Yeah.
Somebody else will need guidance on similar matters.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah? Brilliant. Right, okay. Now, is there someone at home other than yourself?
No.
That nobody shares your abode?
No. I live by myself. But I live in an annex.
You live in
I live in an annex property.
an annex, so that's adjacent to someone?
Yes.
Right, okay. Can you understand it being roused recently, that you've heard have been around?
Not specifically. Can't say definitely.
Right. No talks of going to a zoo recently? So we'll play a quick yes and no.
No.
No? Right. Somebody's been snappy around you?
Yes.
Brilliant, cool. What I was getting, you showed me like crocodiles like this, so I'm trying in my head, quickly trying to work it out, interpret, right, okay. Literally, as you cross your legs in, it needs to be given the boot, alright?
Yeah.
Get rid.
That
All
makes
right.
sense.
Now, your uncle either served, like military, served, or he was decorated, or he won.
Yeah, he's not military, but he has awards.
Award, great, alright, gave me a sash somewhere, right. He still carries pride with that.
Oh god, yeah, it's not a sash, it's, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I understand.
Alright, so good enough, yeah? Okay, alright. Now, it's talking about your water bill, water.
I don't have a water bill, so I'm not sure about that one.
Water bill, right. So you have no bills, no water bills.
Not water, no.
Right, what problems are you having with your bills recently?
The energy supply cut me off.
Right, okay. So, right,
Incorrectly.
alright, maybe you said water bill. No. Right, but the bill he's on about.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, he's also giving flowers to you for April.
Yeah.
Now, for me, it's either round about the 1st or 3rd, or round about the 13th. 10th, alright, so round
No,
about.
the 3rd is my birthday of April.
Brilliant.
The 10th is the day he died.
Okay, and the 1st?
I should have been born on the 1st.
Perfect,
I
alright.
arrived a little bit early.
Alright, so flowers are given to you. Now, we know this gentleman's around because of the way he presents himself, okay? Right. Now, you've been involved with spirit, obviously you come here. He's talking about a dabbling in something else that he's pleased you stopped or didn't do. So, how, example, not saying you did a Ouija board, but looked at something else to do with the spirit side, not quite this.
I can kind of say that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, well I'll kind of take that. Alright, okay? He's pleased, he's saying this is more the right stuff for you. Okay. Just very quickly, lady there. Hiya. You?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, can you understand a son or a young male in spirit? Would have been a young male. That's you.
Oh, no, me. No,
Do you have a son here?
yes.
Right, his name?
Bart. Bart.
Bart, as in Simpson.
Correct.
Right, and your middle name?
Christine.
No, madam, your middle name?
Louise.
L, right. Can you understand someone Liz, Louise, L, significant L initial in spirit? You?
No, but my mum's called Linda.
Linda, good enough. All right, yeah, thank you. There was
And her nickname's Lou.
Lou. That's not bad, is it? Right, thank you, madam. Right, we got there. It's just aware spirit for you sat in the front was like with this lady here. Right, okay. So your uncle is wishing you well. He's keeping an eye on you.
Good to know.
Right, no plans for a tattoo?
Yes, there is a
Right.
plan for a tattoo.
On your back?
Yes,
Hmm.
it's just not happened.
It's happened.
No, not
Right, okay. It needs to be centred or perhaps realigned, re-looked at.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
Understand. All right, so you're saying go easy so you guys can sort of, you know, go together or something.
Yeah.
All right, okay. He's saying it's very well you having food for thought, but you also need to act on it.
Yes, I can take that.
Okay, and I'm aware of a river or a canal visit that's coming up for you. And he's going to be along for the ride.
Cool.
Okay, so just make that extra space.
That's good to know. He needs to go along for that.
Curiosity, who makes your sandwiches? You?
Generally. Yes, generally.
Generally, right. And are you short of ingredients or quality items?
It depends.
Right,
It's sporadic.
okay. All right, you show me your sandwiches and they don't quite look the best, to be
No,
honest.
they're a bit sparse at the moment.
Right, okay.
Not
Brilliant.
really fan of sandwiches.
All right, so perhaps more work is needed. So he's saying you need that sustenance.
Yeah, well, he's eating like 5 of them, so.
All right, so do take on board
Yeah,
what
they're
he's saying
good.
to you. My son made me a sandwich. He's probably worse than you. I had a sandwich from my son and I ate it and I couldn't taste anything. So I opened it up and he put one bit of wafer ham and he was stuck to that one, so there was no taste at all. So
Yeah, that would be me.
you're a little bit of a step up, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
great. And do you know who George is?
I can take George, yeah.
Right, brilliant. Okay, and also I've got a two-tone dog in spirit. Again, about the size of a terrier, but I've got two colours to it.
Yeah,
Yep. All right, and Margaret is
there's several in my like connected to my family.
several. Right, okay. I thought you said the devil, but
No.
several. Right, okay, brilliant. All right. Good luck with your will and stuff. Know your siblings are around you. Do ask about the third one in spirit. Have some decent sandwiches, please. Good luck with the tattoo.
Thanks.
Yeah, your uncle wishes you well. Still pride, and he's glad that you remember him as well.
Okay.
And I feel I'm filled out more with your uncle. My pants, my trousers aren't sagging so much. I'm able to pull them up,
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a big bloke.
and I feel good. All right. Okay. Thank you. Right. Who's next? Who wants to be next?
I can take the taking their own life.
Right. And would that involve a restriction?
What do you mean?
Would that have been like with a tree, a restriction?
Oh, no.
Right, but you understand, would that have been a gentleman?
Yes.
Right, okay. Right, within the last 3 or 4 days or 3 or 4 months, you've sensed this gentleman around.
I've been thinking about him.
Right, okay,
Yes.
brilliant. And there'll be an anniversary or birthday in this first half of the year or coming up?
Yeah, his birthday's coming
Right.
up,
Your birthday was at the end of the year, last year?
yeah. My birthday is March.
Whose birthday was in November?
No one in November, but one of my sons is in October.
October, alright, so good enough. He came in with a birthday that was at the end of last year, that connects to you. Alright. Now, again, you're amongst friends, yeah? Alright, and I've only just met you. Alright. So, he says you're a bit of a do-gooder, okay? But you do need to do some of those good things for yourself. Alright?
Right.
Okay, so whilst you help out, and we've spoken about this fair, you're going to be helping.
I told her that the other night as well, that she's got to look after herself and do more for herself as well, instead of
Right.
doing it for everybody else.
And a question, madam. Do you actually enjoy birthdays and Christmas?
Not particularly.
Right, okay. Because our friend, he was finding it very difficult to wrap a present. He was very tight with the wrapping.
He took his life at Christmas.
All right,
Yeah.
okay.
So, not this Christmas, some Christmases.
All right. Ah, and you remember you put something aside for him?
No, but I do think about him, yeah, a lot.
All right, okay. Well, he wants to know you're around. Now, there's a bit of a joke about your carefulness with presents and not liking them, or tightness, okay, with your presents, all right? But also that he's around you at the present time.
Right.
So you give me the information, he took his life around there. Okay, all right. Now, you or the gentleman, he's bringing pressure to my leg. Okay, so can you understand you needing healing in your leg, or him having problems with his leg?
He didn't have a problem with his legs. I get dodgy knees sometimes.
You have dodgy knees, right, so I'm picking that up there. Right. Now, unfortunately, the gentleman took his life, so we know there was imbalance with him. Right. And as I stumbled on my words, I know communication probably was a hard thing for him. Okay. Now, there's sadness with him. Anybody that takes a life, it's a shame. It's not a need to do it. I feel blessed that we could help him, okay? But I won't say I feel contented, but I'm released, or the relief of what I was going through, okay? But I'm sadness that I'm not here in person with you, all right? Okay, all right. He gets your makeup now, okay? All right, he understands more of you now, okay? And he'd wish he'd had your sort of insights into things that were happening.
Right.
All right? Now, we all have different spirit signs, yeah? Classic one, feathers or brushing the hair and that type of thing. Now, in a literal, because I want to give you literal evidence, I know a feather is significant. Do you have a picture of a feather or somebody with a feather?
To do with him?
To do with him in general. Could be like an Indian chief, or that a feather is prominent.
Not to do with him.
But in general.
In general, I've got feathers on my notice board by my...
Brilliant, right, okay.
Yeah.
Now, some of the feathers or feather have slipped down, or their position has changed.
They are a bit precarious.
Right, okay. So, we want you to know that
Yeah.
yeah?
Sorry.
That's all right. Right, okay. So not only is he around, okay, but he's trying to lighten the mood with you also. Right. Now, I'm right in thinking Madam's lost some of that humour. Mum, yeah? Your daughter's lost some of that humour with things that have gone on, okay? All right. So he's trying to give that enlightenment to you. Now, he's familiar with a child that's around you in spirit.
I can't place a child in spirit.
Mum, a child that was carried but lost, or no back, because he has a child with him, but the child is in your family.
My sister has an iPad, she's not lost any. He didn't have any kids, and his brother.
No, this is around your family.
Yeah. No,
So a child that should have come, that didn't come. Or a child that was lost in childbirth.
I mean, my sister, Lee's aunt, she lost, she miscarried.
Okay, so that's child around you, so he's familiar with the children.
He,
Oh, no, no.
Right?
okay.
Okay, so children around, so you would have been auntie, wouldn't you, to these children, if that's your sister?
No, they would have been my cousins.
Yeah, it would be your cousin.
Yeah.
Cousins, is it? Right, okay. So the children that connect to you, our friend that took his life is familiar with them.
Right.
So don't think that they're on their own, because not only do you have your family that passed around them, he's also there as well. Right. Now, would he have driven a motorbike also?
No.
Right, who has a motorbike?
I used to, right?
You used to
No,
have
my
one.
dad used to ride one.
Right, blue by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, we gave reference to that. Right, so he keeps an eye on you and has memories of you as well, Mum. Alright? Okay. He's talking about you being a dark horse,
I'm not sure that works because you didn't really
Yeah,
know
I
him.
didn't know him that well, because
but he has knowledge of you.
oh yeah, I
Okay?
used to
So
see
it shows that
sometimes,
he's around.
yeah.
Alright, okay. Right. Okay, now, I can see that you're doing this as you sit down, okay, but from his energy, he's talking about your indecision, okay, being indecisive, alright. Would you say that's correct?
Yeah.
You sure?
Well, as regards him, to me, yeah.
There you are, so you're improving straight away, right, okay. So he talks about your indecision, but he wants you to know things are fine. He talks of a Jack in the family,
I've got
alright?
a twin, Jack.
Hmm?
I've got a twin brother, Jack.
Ah, right, so it would have been your uncle.
Yeah, Mark.
Right,
yeah.
great.
Jack
Okay,
and
it's your
Jill.
uncle, right, brilliant. Okay. Now, with your Uncle Jack, your brother, I don't get great height and my hair is different to yours. Okay? I'm brown and I'm different and also I'm a man. Yeah? Alright, okay. Little bit of a sly smile there. Okay, great. Alright. I feel in many ways it's a little bit like our friend with you, no nonsense character, and you're a man as well. Now, Jack is talking about money changing, money sorting itself out. Okay? Alright, now, humour me now. Have you had a bill recently for about 35 or 350?
I did get an electric bill which was wrong, but they corrected it. That's
And how much was
about
it?
3 months ago, it was 330 or something.
Oh,
like
it's
that.
£20 down rubbish cycle, isn't it? Right, okay.
Yeah, but it should have been 130.
Alright, so he's been around, your uncle's been around,
Oh, my brother, but he's
your
still
brother,
alive.
your uncle, brother, trying to sort monies out for you, trying to help you.
Yeah, but he is still alive.
He's still alive?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, Jack's still
okay,
alive, yeah.
that's interesting then, alright. So I took him as being upstairs, alright. So our friend gives me that knowledge, okay, because I sense an energy and thought it was your brother. Alright, great, so your brother's alive, so that's a bonus. Right, so he talks about your uncle, your brother, sorting things out, talking about money. There's been discussions about money, which we know. Right, okay. Now, you seem quite calm, but on your brother energy, who's alive, okay, I worry, I fret a little bit, okay? So, on his level, I need that warm reassurance from you, alright? Our friend that's in spirit, I feel him smiling, so I know the advice I'm giving is good, alright? Okay. And Betty is mentioned. Elizabeth or Betty? Can you look for it when you get home? Or even Beth? Betty.
I've got a niece whose name is Elizabeth, but she's never ever been called Elizabeth, she's always been called Tilly.
She's always
Always been called Tilly.
Silly?
Tilly.
Tilly?
Tilly,
Okay, not heard that. Right, okay.
That's
All right,
her
and
sister
she's
in
alive
law,
or
isn't it?
upstairs?
Oh no, she's, yeah.
She's here, all right, okay. So, mentioned, all right. So let our friend know that he's in a better place. He's being looked after, but he comes in on occasion, talks about you around Christmas time, has mentioned about the cousins in spirit being looked after, gives reference to your brother, gave me information about your brother, okay, and encourages you to put a brighter face on things, okay? So, keep going forward. I know this side of things is going to help you, all right? June as well, he mentions. Now, we know he passed in December, your son's birthday was end of October, I thought
Beginning
November,
of
but okay, October. A friend in spirit talks about June for you.
No, I'll take June.
No back. Right. I want round about the 20th or 23rd, the date in June. It comes around.
Oh yeah, 21st June, so Dad's birthday.
That's around the 30th, isn't it? Yeah. Right.
That makes sense.
Oh dear.
He was my stepbrother.
Okay. Great. Right. So know that our friends are around. Right. So I'll love and leave, and then move on to someone else. Right. Okay. So anybody else want to volunteer? I know I've been on this side. Anyone from that side? All quiet. Right, gentleman at the back. Right, okay. Now what I'll do, I'll go into have a look around the auras and see who I can pick up. Right. Father or stepfather? Father or father-in-law in spirit, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Now, initially when I looked at you when I was first there, can you understand somebody that would have been a brother or like a brother also to you in spirit?
No.
Right, so a child that might not have come?
Oh, sorry, preference, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And we've got a father or a father-in-law in spirit as well. Now, how many children do you have here?
Two.
Two. Right. Can you understand that it should have been up to 4 around you?
No.
No. Right. So a child that might not have come or been lost or thought, even from a previous relationship.
For myself?
Yeah.
No.
2 children here.
Yeah.
There's another one there for you. Right. Okay. Pick up father, father-in-law, brother. You told me 2 children. I see a young child that connects to you. So we'll just pop them by your knee. I see a young child on your knee that connects in the family. Okay.
Right.
And you 2 are long term, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so know that I've said it, okay? And I feel the child either would have been sometime after the 2 children or before. But in counting the gaps, I feel there should have been 4, but just know that I've said it around you, okay? Alright, okay. Alright. Now, if we go on the father level,
Yeah.
okay, obviously similarities. I've got again a bit of a meteor build. I'd say maybe between the 2 of us in height. Okay?
Right, yeah.
Now I've got darker hair before any grey.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. I feel quite serious as your expression looks to me. I feel I'm on the money. I feel perhaps a dry sense of humour or something you'd have to work on with him. So once you had his trust, you had his trust, okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. I gave this lady a jack, but I know also there's a jack in your family with you. Okay, jack, and that would be around Dad and Dad's dad.
I don't have any dates now, so.
Can you remember the names and then do some homework and you can come back to reload and say next week he was rubbish or he was right, okay? Okay. Now, my heart normally comes this side, being a vampire and different, okay, and chest is here. Now, Father's pointing to chest, this side,
Right.
okay? So for me, chest or heart problems with Dad.
No, I don't think so.
And I'm pointing here, so I've got an issue around my chest or an issue around the heart.
The esophagus when it was, yeah, it wasn't really heart related. No.
Round the chest, was it?
Yeah.
Alright, great, so that's,
Yeah.
right, okay. Now, I know that you've sensed him before and that he's been around,
Yeah.
okay? Now, we talked about feathers, we talked about whispers, but with him, I get a coolness, so there's a coolness in the air around you, okay? Now, I'm curious as to whether Dad has actually spoken to you now in dreams and when you've been asleep.
No. No.
Right, okay. So, and have you managed to see his face yet?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So that's a first step. So when the voice comes, the fact that you've seen his face is a step forward, okay? So you'll be ready for when the voice comes. When it does come, you're going to shoot up in bed, okay? All right, you won't be levitating, but it'll be a surprise, but you'll be ready for it, sort of waiting, okay? Now, I come to you with that in the beginning of the year, so I know things are happening in the first 4 months of the year, okay? Now, you haven't just retired, have you?
No.
Right. Is somebody retiring around you?
No.
Your father's talking about going to a retirement.
No.
Right. Wasn't in a retirement home, was he?
No.
All right. Anybody at work retiring?
No. Not that I can think of.
Quite a few no's, but I've still got the retirement. Okay.
Yeah, I want to retire, but.
You want to retire? All right. Okay. He's mentioned retirement and he's being a big presence. So if that makes sense, later,
Yeah.
fine. If not, then we'll just have to hold that one for 10 years till you do retire. Okay? All right, but that's what he said. I get that he's quite practical with his hands as well,
Yeah.
although I do get a little bit of pain in my hands. So I suppose with age, arthritis, or he's used his hands a lot, repetitive. All right. Now, being in spirit, my breathing and breath feels better, but I know there's a restriction here. Okay? Right. Mentally, his mind is clear. Okay? And I also know he had an inquisitive mind as well. So, I would never want to play this man at Cluedo or anything like that, but he'd get it straight away. His brain was sharp. Alright? Who's James or Jim around you, please?
No, I only work with the gym, but that's about
Right,
it.
around you. Right.
Yeah.
And do you work in an office?
Yeah.
Right. And you have swivel chairs or blue chairs that move?
Yeah.
Right. Have a look at Jim, and he's pointing to Jim. Is Jim overweight?
No.
He's pointing to Jim's stomach as he sits. Okay, so just keep an eye on Jim or James. Alright? Okay. So Dad has popped in when you've been around this Jim or James. Okay? But he's pointing to the guy's stomach. So, keep your ears open for any stories about this.
Yeah.
Or if you take those sprouts into Jim, tomorrow stand clear. Alright? Okay. Alright. And how's your knee?
Knee's good.
Right, okay. Dad is putting his hand on his knee.
Problem with the leg, but not the knee.
Okay, he's just touching this one, so it's my left leg as well. Alright.
Yeah.
Now, I'm inquisitive, so I'll ask a question if that's alright. Okay. Do you give blood?
Used to.
Right, okay, great. I've got a thumbs up. Now, can you understand your dad having had a transfusion?
I don't know.
Alright, so we agreed on the blood, we talked about transfusion. So there was thumbs towards you, so you told me you used to give blood,
Yeah.
transfusion there. Right. I gave you James, who you've placed at work, Victoria or Vicky,
Yeah.
okay, and who is that to you?
I work with Vicky.
Wow, so is it really in amongst your workplace? Alright. Okay. Now, when I talked to Dad upstairs about work and stuff, he's on about filing and sorting things out.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So if it's your tax returns, good luck with that one, okay? But needing to sort things out. Do you have carpet on your floor at work?
Yes.
Alright. Is the carpet quite worn?
Yes.
Right. Because when I'm with Dad, my feet are,
Yeah.
yeah, alright, okay. Now, those times when you think somebody's over your shoulder, you're correct, alright, because Dad's keeping an eye on things, alright. When I look at your computer screens, that type of thing, to me they look a bit dated and a little bit dusty, alright? But Dad says there's no flies on you, there's no fault with you, okay? So I know that you're all good at that type of thing, you're good on the computer sorting stuff out. When did you last have PAT testing?
A couple of years ago. 2
A
years
couple of years ago. A bit naughty, should be every year. Right. Now, problems with the telephones or the wiring.
Actually, funny enough, yeah.
Right.
It's
So
actually
they really sort
at
of.
the time we were practicing the one, yeah.
Alright, okay, good. Alright. Now, madam, you're together, yes? Okay, right. And in the nicest way, okay? Dad or dad-in-law is giving you a hard hat to wear, okay? Knows that you've been through it, that you're a good egg, okay? You give support, you give strength. Is there any building work around you guys?
My dad was a builder. My dad was a builder.
Brilliant. And is there any around you now?
Yeah, we start a project, but
Right.
not building.
Is one of it a low level wall that's been started or about to?
Yeah, the wall at the front's broken.
Right.
Recently.
In the wall in its entirety, maybe a third of the way along and somewhere around this height
And that's at the front at the start.
at the front. So I'm out with it. All right, but Dad was bringing bricks
Yeah.
below down. All right.
Yeah. It's quite
Okay. Excellent. Right. I've got a dog in spirit. Okay. Now, I've two questions about dogs. Can you understand a dog in spirit where the eyes were failing, or the dog's very old,
Yeah.
and you understand anything about guide dogs?
Old, yeah. Not guide dogs, no.
Right, so we've got an old dog in spirit.
Yeah.
Do you understand his interest in guide dogs as well?
No. No, don't get it wrong.
Right, who has a Labrador around you?
Don't know, but maybe my nephew, I'm not sure.
Right, okay, he's been around. Look for a discussion about guide dogs as well.
Yeah.
Or, example, if you see a TV advert and it's guide dog and you suddenly sense your dad, then no,
Right,
it
okay.
makes sense, right? Literally, it's one of those obscure things we're going for. Right. I don't know how often he would tell you how proud he was of you, but I've got that in me looking at you through Dad. I've got that strength, I've got that reassurance up here that you're fine. You've obviously got a good backup there. You're on the ball at work, that things will be made right. Okay. You said about his leg, but just keep an eye on your left knee, because again he's come back. And just giving me a little bit of healing there. Alright? Okay. And you don't have a Colin or Colleen working with you, do you?
No.
Alright, well look out, somebody else might be joining your office, okay? He's talking about Colleen. Or Colleen or Colin. Alright, okay. And another thing, where he talked about your economy sandwiches, didn't he? He's talking about the tea at yours. Okay, need to update the tea, the drinks at yours. Alright, to me it looks like a Thai food or a Tetley tea, which is dreadful. You don't serve that here, do you?
I don't think so.
That's all right. Right.
Possible, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
possible link on that, yeah.
He's talking about updating, so get yourself a nice bright red teapot, put some tea in there, some Yorkshire, whatever, and the day will be better. Alright. So I'll give
Yeah,
you
possible. Yeah.
I'll give you his love, and when you get home, just have a think about that other child, which I saw in spirit, who it connects to. Alright?
That's a good one, yeah.
Okay, have a think on that.
Yeah.
Alright? So we get the yes, we get the no, but
Yeah.
I'll give that off to you. I'm not going to change it. We good or
Yep, you are good, my lovely. So you can stop whenever you want to.
are people wanting me to stop or?
It's up to you. We don't mind. You can continue if you want to. Or you can stop. You're more than welcome to stop and have a nice cup of tea after your dramatic rush across my town.
We can do one more. So what I'm giving is actual evidence rather than there's an old man around you, paperwork, blah blah blah, like your chappie, we said wills but double trouble with the wills. Exact things about your tattoo needing to be realigned, etc. So trying to give actual evidences. Right, so it'd be a test. If we were in a reading and I was sat there, if like one of your fairs, who would be tempted to come up now and have a quick reading? 1, 2.
Everyone.
Spartacus,
Everyone.
right, everyone, right, okay. Okay, we'll go 2 ways. Now I think these 3 gentlemen, or even madam, would be a challenge. I'll go with you. No, alright, okay. Amongst you, George or Bert in spirit, please. Amongst madam or these 3 here.
Yeah, I've got a granddad, George.
George, right, okay. And can you take George with a brother in spirit, please?
What, my brother or his brother?
Well, his brother or brother to you in spirit.
Or? No.
So George didn't have a brother.
As far as I know, he didn't know. I don't know, I wouldn't.
Right, Dad's dad in spirit?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. George, who is a grandfather, is in spirit also, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now, and you remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great, okay. So I feel like a traditional older person, they're quite dapper, they had the, you know, the jacket and always quite smart. I get a good sense of humour with him as well,
yeah.
okay? Now, I'm interested, and I'll explain why I asked this question. Did your grandmother go first?
No.
Right. Would George have had digestive problems or problems with wind?
I wouldn't know. I was only about 10. I don't know.
Oh, you tell me that, okay. Right. The reason I ask that is because as I get involved with his energy, I want to burp a lot, okay?
Right.
Alright, so hence my question. So that I might be
No, I can remember. It was just
food he cooked for himself.
food.
A little bit rounded, okay? From the photos you have and your knowledge, I've got pretty good skin, almost like these guys over here.
Yeah.
I don't see many creases considering his age, being granddad. With George, there's also another George and a William in spirit. So there's more than one George in spirit, and there's a William, a W, upstairs as well.
I'm not great with names.
Alright, well,
I'm not.
try and remember G and W. Right. Now, he talks about you liking things just so.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, I'm not going to say OCD, but you like the pictures just so. Alright?
Wouldn't
Okay.
say that.
Now, he said you're very shy about your achievements.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, those certificates and things are put away whereas they should be enjoyed. Okay?
Right.
Alright. Be it your egg and spoon race or be it whatever. Okay?
Yeah, that'd be about it.
Alright. Now, we mentioned a brother to granddad, and we mentioned a brother in general, okay? But I'm aware of 3 spirit energies that would be children in spirit. Okay, and there's a blood link to you on this.
I don't know.
Alright, Mum and Dad still here?
Dad is.
Dad, right. So, have a discussion with Dad about children that should have been, perhaps have lost during carrying, or I get 3 that connect to you through blood, okay?
Right.
Right, okay. Now, your grandfather gives you that reassurance, okay? Because I know at times that you would self-doubt, alright?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Now, is there a market here? There
Look,
is.
It's vaguely a market.
Right.
I mean, it's a historic market town, but we have maybe historically the market. We've got about 4 stalls.
Okay, so
It
well,
was a
some
big
market.
market.
It was, but it's not now.
It used to be.
It's a vague market.
Okay,
You know,
right. Well, your grandfather talks about being around you and says market, so it could be a market, street market here, or your extensive market down the road.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, right. Now, somebody here has talked about money being sorted, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the old Jack was helping. Right. And you're amongst friends here, yeah? And people know you well?
I don't like him, but yeah.
Okay. Your granddad is talking about you being careful with money, okay?
Yeah.
And he's talking about letting it go now and again, alright?
Right.
Because the money, once it's gone, will accumulate like a snowball. Unless you're in coals, of course, then it never comes back, okay? Alright. Now, it's interesting that your bill was, I said 350, because I get a similar figure, but this is 35, so bill around £35 your way, okay? It's seen around, it could be £28, could be 30, but in that area, okay? Alright, look for it, it's coming, alright? Now,
Right.
you have a brother that's alive, do you?
No.
How many siblings do you have?
Me.
Just you. And do you have a brother-in-law, please?
Not now.
You had.
No, I haven't, no. No, I'm sorry, I said that wrong, no. I've used myself.
He talked about being around a brother, but I got the impression the brother was here.
No.
Right. Ask your parents, ask your dad when you go home about children, okay? Because your granddad said about being around your brother. Alright?
Right.
So just for it to make sense. Alright.
Right.
Okay. Granddad's around you again to give that upliftment, to help you with finances,
Yeah.
to big yourself up a little bit, okay?
Right.
So put your heels on, get your certificates out, alright? But he admires what you do to help others.
Right.
And he says that shy humour helps move other people forward, okay?
Yeah.
Now, I know that you deal with your grief in different ways, okay? So you're different from Madam here, probably different from myself. But he says also talking to them will help, okay?
Right.
Now, do you have a garden?
Yeah.
Right. Now, around you, around your granddad, if you can remember, he's showing me garden ornaments, but he's also showing me a few mushrooms. So if you have something that looks like a toadstool or a mushroom at home, know that he's around you there.
Right. Okay.
Or if he was a fungi, fair enough.
Right.
Or if he grew mushrooms, something like that. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
Right, brilliant. Now, Nan's still alive?
No.
Right, do you have an aunt that's still alive, please?
Yes.
Right. And how often do you see her?
Not that often.
Right.
No.
Your granddad talked about you needing to have tea with your aunt,
Right.
okay? So, might be a good thing for family, might be a good need to talk, she may need someone to talk to.
Right. Yeah.
But that was the message, need to have tea with your aunt, okay?
Yeah.
Right. Now, also, is there a headstone that you go to visit, please?
Very rarely.
Very rarely, right. And would that be a white colour?
No.
Right, and it's a
grey.
grey.
The normal
Sorry?
standard grey.
Grey, okay, so grey. And it's a burial rather than cremation?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Can you specifically remember when you last went there? Can you remember the visit?
Some time ago.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Your granddad's talked about you going.
It is in my thoughts. I did actually say the other day.
So okay?
I did actually say the other day I need to go.
Brilliant, alright. Okay, so two things here. When you last went to said headstone, it talks about you walking away and looking back and beginning to say something and return. This time, then if you go, have your conversation, have that outpouring and look. And when you walk away, now don't try and force this, when you walk away from the headstone, just look back and there'll be an image or something that reminds you of said person there. Okay? Alright. Your granddad liked garden and stuff?
Yeah.
Right. So look for also that traditional bird, the robin that comes in as a coincidence and a spirit, but look back for that sign also. Okay? Granddad's saying you need some settlement inside. Alright.
Right.
Alright. He's very proud of you, he likes what you do, likes what you give to other people. He will send your love to Mum, okay? He will watch over you. And from my level, just remember what I said about brother-in-law. I know that family are looking out for you. There's also going to be some clarity in your dreams. And you go to a circle.
I don't know.
Never.
I did long time ago.
Okay. There'll be some clarity in your dreams, but also around reflective things like mirrors, and if you do scrying, okay? So, when you're looking in the mirror, admiring yourself, doing whatever, okay, dancing, whatever, giving the neighbours a treat, you'll be able to talk and have some time, literally time to reflect, okay, and that's going to help you.
Right.
Alright? Know he'll be around you, he gives his love, regards from the family, and wishes you well. Okay?
Yeah.
Alright. So I hope that was alright for you. I tried to give specifics rather than ping pong. I'm sorry it didn't come to you, madam, but we had someone there. Thank you for your middle name there, and good luck with your bills and stuff. Thanks for your energy. I hope that was different. I know you have a lot of different people here, so keep supporting the place. Thank you for working with me. I hope what I've given is different and you can take something home, even if you didn't get a message. Alright, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all your hard work. I might have to ask you to close in prayer in a second if you can though. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, if you'd like to join me for the closing prayer. Dear Spirit, please can you let the medium find his way out of Bishop Stortford. We thank you for the energy, for the different information you've given us. Can I ask for the energy that's left over? Can some remain within the building to heal congregation? Can some go to our loved ones, our friends? And can the rest go around the world, be it animal, human, that might need some guidance and help? Also in the oncoming weeks, can we ourselves help people spiritually but in the right manner? Can we walk our steps forward in our learning? Can we get enlightenment? Can we feel our loved ones? Can they recognise our thoughts? And can we have some clarity for ourselves, upliftment, but above all, your love, light and protection. Amen.
Thank you. Yeah, Stortford's a bit like Hotel California. You can't get in and out of it very easily. This is me just trying to remember who I've got next week and when my next one is, because I'm that easily prepared. Okay, our next meeting is the 4th of February, and we've got John Hurley coming to visit us, and he's lovely. He hasn't worked here before, he's new, but he is very, very lovely. So yeah, please stay for a cup of tea and everything after I've done the raffle, because I just remembered that as I reached over and just looked at it, and I will get some tea and stuff on.